don't cheat, no code, just wisdom and rhythm on the astral road. My life's my canvas, my soul unloads. This game's eternal, but I cracked the mode.
What's going on, guys? Dude, I was literally over here in the middle of the street getting ready to record a video, and I noticed that my camera didn't have the memory card in it. Started running back inside, but we're good now. We're chilling. My microphone is off. Let me turn it on. You already know we're walking the dog, doing our thing. Okay. Anyways, as always, hope you guys' existence is going good so far in this beautiful reality. I need some more sun. I feel it. Listen to your body, guys. You ever feel like you need more sun, more of something? Give yourself more of that something. Especially sun. But yeah. But now this video, I made a video on this. I'm gonna do it again. Maybe a little bit more into depth on it, but just because it's something I've struggled with before. And sometimes, in a way. But I've healed it a lot. Damn, bro. Someone's on the motorcycle. It's loud. But it's understanding that comfort is a drug. It is where your dreams go and fly out the window and die. You know, do not get too comfortable. You know, whether it's doing the same things over and over again, doing the shit that doesn't serve you, you know, consuming. Just, if you're doing something because you're so familiarized with it, it doesn't mean it's good for you. Just because it's familiar does not mean that it is good for you. You know what I mean? So understand that. Because when you understand that, you're not going to rob yourself out of the present moment. You're not going to rob yourself out of any moment, really. You're going to utilize the awareness that you have of not choosing the same thing. Because you create your reality. And when you remember that, you're not going to sit there and settle for the same shit. You know what I mean? It's like, why would you? You wouldn't. Sorry, my camera's being weird. Just don't get comfortable. Don't get used to doing the same shit over and over again. You know what you gotta do. You know you gotta change in your life, so do it. For the longest time, I was playing video games before my awakening, just getting comfortable, not doing what I knew I need to do. Getting comfortable with... A lot of people do this. They just get comfortable and they scroll on their phones. You know what I mean? They look on their TikTok videos. They look on their Instagram videos. They just play video games. Eat bad food. Just consume. Get comfortable with the cycle that they're in. They get comfortable in a toxic relationship that they may be in. Because it's all that they know. They're so familiarized with it. It scares them to do something that they're unfamiliar with. But I promise you, the change that your soul craves, the one that is going to uplift you and not drain you, is that of which you are not comfortable with. That of which you're not familiar with. Because it's the ego that loves familiarity. The soul craves new, it craves unfamiliarity. But the ego tries to protect you and keeps you in what is familiar, what is safe. Or safe, right? Because this doesn't mean it's safe. Just because it's familiar doesn't mean it's safe. Doesn't mean it's not toxic for you. Doesn't mean it's good for you just because it's familiar. You know, that's why people stay in toxic relationships, because it's all that they know. They've been accustomed to toxicity, so they're so familiarized with it. Their nervous system is so adapted to it that anything outside of it is scary. It's like, that's why, like, someone who's been in a toxic relationship all their life, all of a sudden get someone who's not toxic, and it'll kind of be scary to them. They'd be like, what the fuck? Is this good? Should I be vulnerable? Should I open up? This is different. This is different energy. Because they're so used to that certain way of being, they're so familiarized with that. They're comfortable with it. There's people that get comfortable with doing, just settling for the bare minimum, going to a job, coming home, watching Netflix, doing the same shit, eating, going to sleep, not even working out, caring for their vessel, just consuming, going to work, and not really going within themselves of, well, what do you want out of life? What do you want out of this reality? You know what I mean? I know you don't just want to work this job, maybe you're working a job that you are passionate about, but this is for the people that are really craving for a deeper meaning within their soul beyond this, because most of us have to work because we need the money, but we don't necessarily love working where we're working, right? It's not our soul's purpose. Like, I'm a firm believer that we had to incarnate here and have this human experience just to settle and do something we don't really want to do. And it's not just life. No, you are a creator. You are a manifester. You can do what you want. But if you settle and not chase your dreams, if you settle in some areas in your life, you're going to settle in all the areas in your life. So don't settle. Don't get comfortable. I know this guy that I was friends with who he has all these dreams. He wants to do a food truck. He wants to make music, whatever. But he settled, and he just goes to work, plays video games all day. He's young, too. He's like 23. He can still do it. I'm 26. I'm still young, but you know what I mean? It's just like, he'd rather just play PS5, go on his phone, play Clash of Clans. He wants to make music. He wants to do this and that. But it's like you're getting comfortable because you're so used to, you're so familiar with your cycle. It's become a part of your identity, whatever, your ego. Anything outside of that is scary because it's not who you are, or at least who you think you are, right? Because you can be anything. You could rewrite your script, your story. You're not a static being. Nothing is set in stone. So you can choose differently. You just have to want it. You have to be aware of it, obviously. But you can choose differently. But he's not choosing differently, he wants to play video games and live in that comfort zone and allow the dreams, the ambitions that the soul has to die, Don't let your soul die. Don't let your dreams die. That's why most of the time, us people, we have anxiety, we have depression, because we're not doing what our soul wants. We're not listening. It's like it's our body saying that it's tired of playing the part that you're playing, that you're trying to play. So you gotta listen. What part do you really want to play? Are you an artist? Are you a creator? You're all of those things, whatever you want to be, right? So do it. Play the part. Stop playing the part of the consumer. Stop playing the part of just settling for less than what you deserve. Stop settling for a cycle, a lifestyle that you don't really even want to be in. Align with that version of you that is doing it. Align with the actions. Align with the emotions, It's got like deja vu right now. Shit. You have to take yourself out of that. You're so used to, let's say, the cycle of just going to work, consuming, not really creating or acting towards a vision, a dream of yours. You have to remove all of that, right? Choose differently. Choose the version of you that is doing what they need to do to work towards their dreams, right? Their goals. It's like you want to live a certain lifestyle, you have to do those actions, The lifestyle I crave to live is traveling, vlogging, traveling, making music, maybe even doing some DJ events. I would love to be a DJ. But all those things require action, and building yourself. So I'm doing that. I am. Rather than just saying it and speaking it and thinking about it and just being like, yeah, I want to do that. Goes back to the phone and scrolls and plays video games. Sticking to what's familiar. Fuck that. No. You want new. You want shift in your life. Do that do that thing, do that thing that's you're not used to doing. Because the more you do new, the more you meet yourself at a deeper level than you have before. Because you're so used to doing your cycle that it's become a part of your identity, your ego. So that's all you've known yourself to be. But when you do different, you do new, when you shift into different reality and you feel newer emotions, newer vibrations, newer frequencies, whatever, because you're doing that new thing, well, you meet yourself at a deeper level. You meet a different version of yourself, right? So of course you're meeting yourself at a deeper level. You just did something new. You expanded yourself. You stepped out of that cycle, that loop that you were in, and remembered that you've always been more than that cycle. You just had to remember. You had to tap in. It was that version of you was always waiting. All these versions exist. It's waiting for you to tap in. In a way, it's dormant until you tap in. It's like there's so many channels on the TV that you could watch, but you're only watching, channel 4 or whatever. But there's other channels you could watch. You just have to switch the station. Same shit for reality. You're doing the same shit over and over again with what you're comfortable in. That's your channel. That's what you're watching. But there's many stations you can watch. There's many versions of you that you could be. You just gotta change the station. Yeah, I promise, man. The more you do that, you're gonna feel better. I just walked into a spider web. I hope there's no spider. But I love you guys. Namaste, lady. Chase that fucking dream. Quit being comfortable, damn it.